Hello and welcome back to another monthly pickups video where I am recording this on the 6th of November and I have a decent enough stack here. A couple of video games, a CD, a graphic novel, and 2 Blu-rays, one of which is an Amazon package. And not only that, I have some trading cards to show off that I also got, that I did have a YouTube short about of me opening those. So as always, we'll start in the order of what I got. So last week, just after filming for the the October pickups video, I picked up this video game. It's a game that I played, but I didn't like do any of the missions. I just dicked around with it. So for the Euro 50, I picked up Crackdown on Xbox 360. It, of course, is complete. And it comes with a little map by the looks of things. I didn't actually unfold it to see yet. So it is indeed a map. So that's the map side of things. And then there is the other side. So I will need to find a spot for that at some point. I folded that up wrong, so I'll do that later. So then yesterday, I met up with my cousin who works in America, and while she was out and about, she found me 2 vintage Star Trek trading card packs. So one of them was for the Search for Spock, but as you can see, I've already opened it because, as I said, they have been YouTube shorts. And then the other one is Original Art Compositions from the Final Frontier Star Trek Edition by Skybox Master Series. So yeah, that's the wrap-up for that. Obviously, I'm going to keep them. So from the Search for Spock one, I got a Pavel Chekhov. I also got a Kirk and Spock. The reason I'm doing it this side and not this side is because, as you can see, it's a bit blurry on this side just because of the way the screen protector was put on my phone. I also had pulled a young Spock, some Klingons as well. And then I did pull a Starship card, which was the USS Grissom. So that was all from the Search for Spock pack. From the other pack, I pulled quite a few really nice looking art cards. I'm not going to lie, I definitely want to track down more from this set. So starting off with, we have a James T. Kirk. We have a battle from Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which is the Enterprise versus the Bird of Prey. We also have another ship. We have just the USS Reliant from the Wrath of Khan. And because this is in a penny sleeve, you can pause to read the back there, because that's with all of these cards, but with the way I have these sleeved, you can't read some of them. The next one is again from the Search for Spock, and that is the destruction of the USS Enterprise. And there it is on the back, and yeah. Then of course we have one from the original series, being from Bonds of Terror, and that is of course the Enterprise versus the Bird of Prey. And then lastly, I did pull a holographic, and that is a Romulan Warbird from the Next Generation. So I'm going to actually take it out of the card sleeve to show you a bit better. And yeah, that's basically all that I pulled. I've obviously sleeved them up. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them into a binder and track down some more, but I'm very happy with these. I love them. And again, if you want to watch me opening them, there is a YouTube short. So we get to today. I looked in some charity shops, didn't find anything. I'm going to be going back into town tomorrow anyway, so I'll be checking out some other charity shops. But in CEX, I picked up 2 original Xbox games, and as an Xbox collector, I can't not have the originals in my collection. for this series because it's what kickstarted Xbox really. And that, of course, is Halo and Halo 2. So yes, I paid €8 for the OG Halo Combat Evolved, and I paid €12 for Halo 2. Not the multiplayer one, that comes with the multiplayer disc. So yes, both games are in fact complete in box. I haven't tested it out yet, so that's the original Combat Evolved manual, showing the Duke controller in the backdrop, and then it also comes with this little promotional pamphlet for like Xbox, going over a bunch of the different games, Bloodwake, Azurki, Amped, Railway Sports on this side, then of course Halo Combat Evolved, Odyssey, Oddworld, Munchie's Odyssey, DOA 3, and Project Gotham Racing. Some of the release titles for the OG Xbox. And then of course Halo 2 is complete in box as well. I wouldn't have picked them up otherwise. So yeah, moving on into golden discs. Golden discs is something that is like HMV, but 10 times more expensive. But the main reason I went in there is because I wanted to pick up a new release. Something I very rarely do. You know me, if you watch my channel for long enough, I don't tend to really pick up new releases. This film I had to, and obviously that being Deadpool and Wolverine, I went for the standard Blu-ray edition, simply because I don't collect 4K, and my golden discs actually did not have the steelbook. They just had the standard Amaray 4K. So yes, the slipcover is the exact same as on the front and the back. So I am going to get this open. I'm doing this when I don't have any nails, but to do it. But I've got it open. And will there be disc art? There is, kind of. Yeah, and I looking at this blue. Blue's my favorite color, and I like this blue. This blue, I do like. So yeah, I paid €22 for this brand new, and I'm actually going to take off the price sticker there. And when I went up to checkout, I seen that they had two things. It's something that Golden Disc does, where if you buy something, doesn't matter what you buy, you can then get this item for X amount of price instead of what it normally goes for. And so I got this for half off, and it's a band that I do like, and it's a band that resonates with a lot of emo kids, from the early 2000s, and that is My Chemical Romance, specifically the 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge album. So yeah, I picked this up for €4 because it has some of my favorite songs on it, like Helena, The Ghost of You, I'm Not Okay, I Promise, and then a whole bunch of other amazing songs. Because I do collect albums. I do have like 30 odd albums in my collection that if I see them for that is cheap enough, I will pick it up. So €4 for My Chemical Romance album, I will take. And so yeah, there is the disc right there. Then I went into Eason's, and I picked up a graphic novel for €15.40. Now, if you know, I am a fan of this franchise, but I have only ever talked about it when the movie finally came out last year, and that is, of course, Five Nights at Freddy's. So I picked up a compilation graphic novels, which has, what ones do we have here? We have Into the Pit, To Be Beautiful, and Out of Stock. So Into the Pit, it actually got a video game adaptation of it recently. So yeah, it's pretty, like, the artwork is pretty good, and I always do want more comics, and graphic art, graphic novels in my collection. So I'll of course add that in. And now we finally get to the Amazon package, which is Star Trek related. Yes, as I failed to open it that way. I saw this for €18, fucking again. And I was like, it's the last one that I need for my collection until this current season finishes, which by time this video comes out might have already happened. And that is for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4 on Blu-ray. Now, I have Seasons 1, 2, and 3 on DVD, but I don't mind having mixed match for TV shows compared to, you know, movies and stuff. So yes, I paid €18 for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4. So here's the front of the slipcover, there's the back of it, and then of course it's still the same underneath. And I will try to get this open now. Do I have my box cutter on hand? Actually, I do. I do have my box cutter on hand to rip into this. So yeah, this, like, I also did see, you know, Season 2 of Prodigy for $30. That is something I might pick up soon. I am not 100% sure, but here it is out of the shrink wrap. And it is just 2 discs. So I loved Season 4, and I'm so sad to see Lower Decks go, because it's such a great show, but it took me a while to get into it. It took me until the end of Season 1. But that is everything that I have to show off for right now. So let's see what else I get for the rest of this month, so I can actually now go charge my phone, because it's nearly dead. Okay, so it is the 13th of November, and I have quite a few things to show off, including an Amazon package. So, as always, I'll go in order of picking things up. So, from the last time I filmed, I picked up another album in a charity shop, and I specifically bought it for one particular song. So I got it, like I think I said, I just mentioned I got it in a charity shop, so that is Good Charlotte, Good Morning Reveal, or Revival. I'm dyslexic. So the main reason why I bought this album is because my favorite song of theirs, The River, is on this. Because it features M Shadows and Sinister Gates from my favorite band of all time, Avenged Sevenfold. And that's the main reason why I picked this up. Now, I do like some of the other songs from Good Charlotte. So yeah, I might give this album a proper listen through to see if I like any of the other songs on here. But the primary reason I bought this was because it has my favorite song with 2 of the members of Avenged Sevenfold. One of the things that I picked up as well from CEX was Band of Brothers Steel Tin for €10. Now, you might remember last year that I already picked this up for €3 in the Friday market. And you're correct, I did. But I gave that to one of my relatives as a Christmas present, because he's always been going on about wanting this, so I said, I have it, I may as well give it to him for Christmas, and that's what I did. So I've been keeping an eye out specifically for a steel tin in good condition, that I could, you know, add to my collection. Because there is the Blu-ray version of this for like a €5 more, but the tin on that is just not in the best of shape, so I will go for this. It is, of course, missing the J card, unfortunately, but opening this up, I do have to be very careful because some of the discs will fall out. So yeah, there goes another one. But yeah, it's all there. I'm not going to open it out any further because, like I said, some of the discs will fall out. Have I still seen this yet? No, I still have not seen it. We'll probably get around to it at some point, you know, when I have the time. So yeah, that now leads us up to today. So starting off, I went to the same charity shop that I got the Good Charlotte CD this week, and some of the ladies there, turns out, kept this for me. It's a Pokemon tin that is full of Pokemon and a few Match Attack cards. And there's nothing really like too crazy in this. You know, there's a couple of holos. But you know, see, this Solgaleo holo has a bunch of writing on it, and it's not in like the best of shape. Like I said as well, there are a bunch of Match Attack cards that I just don't care for soccer or football. And I initially might have left, depending on the price. I was, you know, going to leave it behind. There's like, I also went through it, and there's like 2 fake Pokemon cards. Until I was told, you know, how much they were going to ask of it, which was €2. So I said, sure, I'll pick it up, and I'll just go through it at some point when I go to put the rest of my other Pokemon cards into a binder. Then I went into CEX, and the only thing that I found there that I wanted for my collection was Season 3 of The Golden Girls. Now, I've not seen every episode of this show. I have only seen a handful of episodes over the years. You know, whenever I would catch it on TV is when I would watch it. And so it is something that I do want in my collection, because I do enjoy the show. You know, it was fantastic for its time, and it's still, in my opinion, from watching clips and full episodes over the years, does indeed hold up. So there it is there, and then there is the back of the yoke. So yeah, happy to add this into my collection. But yeah, there was another Blu-ray that I was going to buy for like €1.50, but unfortunately, it was actually mislabeled as a DVD of the DVD version. So yeah, it took me a while to find it, and then when I looked, I was like, oh, this is it, but the DVD version. What are the chances that it's actually going to be mislabeled? And sure as shit, it was. So I went into Tesco, and for €9 on a club card, I bought one of the new Beyblades. Beyblades is something that I grew up on as a kid. No. So now we get, of course, to the Amazon package. Now, this is a movie that I'm missing from my collection, that I went to see last November when it came out in cinema, as well as, obviously, I read the book, and there's a new book in the franchise coming out next March, so obviously I'm going to be getting that, and I will, of course, be reading it, and that, of course, being The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So yes, this was the one this is the last of the Hunger Games movies that I'm missing, which means I now have, you know, a complete set of the movies as well as the books. I'll get my box cutter to break the plastic. So I am actually waiting on one more Blu-ray from Amazon, but that'll be delivered by On Post, so that'll be its own separate thing. And yeah, there kind of is some disc art. But yeah, that is what I have for right now. Obviously, tomorrow I'll have another Blu-ray to unbox from Amazon. And then the Sunday of the 17th, I'll be going to my very first Comic-Con. So yeah, I will probably go broke within the first hour. But yeah, let's see what else I can get for the rest of this month. Okay, like I said, it's the very next day, and I have the other Amazon package, which was delivered by my local postal service instead of by Amazon themselves. So let's get cracking and see what we have. Let me flip it around this way so I don't accidentally flash my address. And it is missing something, but it's The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, it's supposed, the version I bought was supposed to come with a slipcover, an exclusive slipcover, which was one of the main reasons why I bought it. but I guess not. I mean, I'm not going to complain too. I paid like €5 for this, so I'm not like overly upset that it didn't come with a slipcover. Would I have liked it to have that slip? Obviously, because the slip looked pretty good on Amazon. So yeah, this was well, not technically the last Star Wars movie I needed for my collection. I still need to add Rogue One and Solo to my collection. But yeah, obviously this month, you know, I did the trilogy month, so I have already reviewed this. And it's 2 discs. Okay. Yeah, so here we have a little leaflet, you know, talking about The Mandalorian, as well as advertising 4K, you know, some of the movies that are on 4K at the point of this being released, which is all of those movies plus those. And yeah, so it is 2 discs. We got bonus features on it. So cool. I didn't think it was a 2 disc. I should have known, because it does say on the back there 2 disc. But cool. Yeah. Now let's see what I can get at Comic-Con this weekend. I am going to try to remember to do it, to show everything off as I acquired it, but I highly doubt it. So I'm going to save the toys, the action figures, for last, because I did get 2 sealed stuff and 3 figures not sealed, as I just knock my tripod, because I literally have everything here. So I'm trying to organize it. Yeah, these will also go there. So to start off with, we got 2 free posters for entry. Unfortunately, mine are pretty folded up, so you can definitely tell. But here is poster number 1. This was a free one. This is from Blake 7. Never seen it before. Know nothing about it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to, you know, put that up on the wall there. But the other one is a really cool art print that I probably will, and that is Darth Vader and Snoke, because we had a actor there that was in the Vader suit for Rogue One, I believe, and then we also had a body double for Snoke for The Last Jedi, as well as he also played a Wookiee in Rogue One, I think, as well. So I did not get these signed. I could have gotten it signed. My friend Gerald, who I went with, got this signed by one of the actors. He was the one that I took the photo with, holding up the Doctor Who stuff, because he had also been an extra on Doctor Who. So I asked him, you know, what was Tom Baker like, because in case you don't know, Tom Baker is one of my big idols. So of course he had nothing but good things to say about him. So it was €30 to get that signed for Gerald. So I spent I got quite a few things from this one vendor. I got all of these from one vendor, and it's Cymotic Comics, I believe. So they gave me this bookmark, which is kind of like their business. So there is the back there. You can scan the QR code. I think it brings you to their website. But yeah, they really hooked it up for me. I got like just those comics plus a Eagle Moss ship model from them. So I'll start off with the very first thing I bought from their booth. And so they gave me a 3-for-2 deal on some of these Star Trek graphic novels. 2 of them are still factory sealed. So I got volume 7 of the Star Trek graphic novel collection, titled Mirrored. So because this deals with the mirror universe and for the Kelvin timeline, I was like, ooh, that's interesting. So that's why I got it, and it was initially listed as 13. Then the next one I got was the Early Voyages Part 1, which was also 13. And then I got the Star Trek Marvel Comics Part 1 as the graphic novels. That was also 13. but I got them for 23 is what I got these for. He also had some Doctor Who stuff, and the only Doctor Who thing that I got was the 11th Doctor's Archives from Titan Comics. So this has like a bunch of different, you know, comics in here. So this was €4. That's a bargain for this size of a graphic novel. So yeah, I will definitely be reading that at some point, because I'm just flicking through here. We do see this Sladine, which we haven't seen in a good while. And I also seen, whilst flicking through it, the Silurians show up as well in one of the comics. So I'm trying to flick through it to see, but yeah, there's a Silurian there. So yeah, so 27 in total for all of these. And then of course they're the ones the booth that I went back to the most, because the next time I went back there, because this was the first thing that I seen from theirs, and they did have some Star Trek Eagle Moss ships. They had this one that I got for 12, but I actually talked them down to a tenner. They had one ship that I didn't recognize. They had Harry Mudd's ship from Harry Mudd's first appearance in the original series. It's also kind of seen better in the remastered edition of that episode. And they had one of the what were they called? The Maquis Raider. But I left that. They're all about like 23. They did try to give me a 3-for-2 deal on those, but this was the only one that I really wanted, and that was the USS Dauntless NX-01-A from that Voyager episode. But then, you know, this design would let it go on to be an actual USS Dauntless. So yeah, I got this for a tenner. So that's another ship to add to my collection. And then finally from them, I picked up volume 7 of the original Dragon Ball. I'm not sure exactly. Oh, so this is during the Red Ribbon Army arc, which for non-people who know Dragon Ball, that's just gone over your heads. But they did have the omnibus that had volumes 4, 5, and 6. I did not buy that when I should have, because the next time I went to go look for that was gone. To be fair to them, they did also try to cut me a deal on the Dragon Ball box set that had every single volume in it for like €90, but at that point I just didn't have enough money. So yeah, that's all of this came from one booth. There was a booth that was selling individual comics, and I just quickly flicked through and found some Star Trek comics. So I got these for €8. So they're all DC Star Trek comics. So I have Star Trek: The Next Generation. It doesn't say like anything else about it. I got another Star Trek: The Next Generation. It doesn't say like what the story title is. And then I got Star Trek Target Enterprise. So that's more Star Trek stuff to add into my collection. So that all was €8. So then I went to another booth who had this art print from my favorite movie of all time for €10, and that's why I bought it. And that is a print of Howl and I'm forgetting her name from Howl's Moving Castle. It's my favorite movie. It's Sophie. So Howl and Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle. So I paid €10 for this. They did have a big print of the Moving Castle, but I was just happy enough with this. So that will definitely be going up on my wall. Yeah, so now we're getting on to the figures. So yeah, from one booth I got these for €30. So I'll start off with I got some Gears of War COG tags. So these, I think they're 3D printed or something like that. I never see Gears of War merch, and if you know me, I am a massive fan of Gears of War, to the point where, you know, I have done a 3-hour video early on this year. So of course I was going to, I can actually wear them, where they're down a bit low though, but yeah, a tenner for this. they also had a few Star Trek things. They also had like masks and stuff. Like I had the proper mask from Jim Carrey's mask for 30. They had some Skyrim masks, and I'm kicking myself for not getting them, but that's fine. So I got 2 Star Trek pins. Star Trek pins. So these aren't official. These are like I don't think they are official, but we have the TNG communicator. This was €10 as well, and it's not like the other 2 pins that I have. They're on magnets, so they would actually probably stick better. So yeah, here it is outside of the packaging. There's the back there with the magnet. So basically what you do is you take off the magnet, you put that there, and you put this behind you in your clothing, and with the magnet it would stick and would not, shouldn't drop on you. So then the other one I got was the Voyager era badge, that's DS9 era badge. So this was also a tenner. So yeah, I'm happy enough with this one for having a Voyager era comm badge, because that now does add on to the 2 comm badges that I already have. You know, one, I have the TOS badge. I also have the Future badge from All Good Things, and it was also seen in Prodigy, so it is a canon badge now. But all the future episodes had that type of badge. So between 2 boots, between 2 and 3 boots, I bought some Star Wars figures. Shocker, I know. Someone who's mad about Star Trek actually bought some Star Wars. And I did. So for €6 each, I bought this Anakin Skywalker, I believe from the Clone Wars, just by the look of him. And he does come with his saber, which, to be honest, doesn't look like his normal saber. It kind of does, but yeah, definitely looks Clone Wars era Anakin. So it's a bit blurry, unfortunately. And then here is the lightsaber. So let me actually put that into his arm here. If I can, I'll have to, yeah, there we go. It's not in too well. But yeah, that's him now with his lightsaber. So of course I'm going to be displaying this, so I'm going to have to change up my display. And then I also got a Darth Vader. It comes with a cape and his lightsaber. So once I was told it's going to do the 2 of these for 12, I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, no problem. Because I wanted it at least to come out with at least 1 Vader figure. And spoiler, I came out with 2. So here is the Vader, here is the cloth and stuff. The lightsaber is pretty accurate for Vader. Let me just give it to him there. Unfortunately, with the hands, it's going to like fall off. Let me just do it like that. So yeah, it's going to fall. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. I'll probably just stick it in his cape to be honest with you, just so he doesn't lose it. And then I bought 2 sealed Star Wars figures. So the one thing I was mainly looking out for was Star Wars figures from the Phantom Menace. And I did find one, and it was a tenner in a bin, and that was Darth Sidious. So yes, this is sealed, but I'm going to be opening this. Just because I don't like to keep my figure sealed, so I am going to be opening it. So there is the chip that it comes with, and then here is, if I can get him out, come on, come on, out you pop. Yeah, put that over there. And then here is the Darth Sidious. So Yeah, okay, so his hands can move, but that's about it. So he can, you know, you can go in for a hug with him, but that would be about it. But he can actually hold, by the looks of things, a lightsaber. Obviously, he doesn't come with one because by episode 1, we didn't know what his lightsaber was, but he can definitely hold a lightsaber. So, that's cool. So, yeah, I'm happy enough with that, just to have. So yeah, that was a tenner. And I'll probably be able to put him on a stand, because he has a peg in his leg. Yeah, so I can kind of have him like that. Cool. So getting down to the last two things that I got here. So the other sealed Star Wars figure, I almost said Star Trek, was the old, I think this might be Power of the Force, but I'm not 100% sure because it just says Star Wars. And I say that because the character looks pretty beefy, unlike the normal re-releases that they've done. So we have this version of Luke with his X-Wing costume with a blaster and his lightsaber. And then those were the other figs that you could get on the back there. So you could have gone a C-3PO, a Vader, which I don't think it's the same Vader that I have. Han Solo, R2-D2, another Luke from episode 4, Boba Fett, Chewbacca, Lando, a Stormtrooper, and then the Luke that I have. So of course I'm going to open this. So this was a fiver. I got from a €5 bin. So I was like, yeah, okay, this was a fiver and it's a Luke. I'll get a Luke, you know, may as well to go with the Anakin that I have. And the lightsaber does look like a proper lightsaber. So just taking out his blaster there, just taking out his saber, and now it's time to take out Luke himself. So there is the Luke again. It's a bit blurry, so you can't really see him. So I'll put his blaster in one of the arms, and then I'll put the saber into the other, and then I'll show you. Yeah. So there he is with his blaster and lightsaber. And the last figure that I got was something that I wanted to walk away with. I wanted to walk away with one vintage Star Wars figure from the Kenner line. And I seen it there. Yeah, there's two different versions of it. And I asked on this one, and he said 10 years. Like, done. I will take that. And that is a 1977 Kenner Darth Vader. He's obviously missing a cloak, and he is missing the lightsaber. But that's fine. I'll probably just put like a toothpick in and paint it red. But yeah, it's not in too bad a nick. So yeah, I now have 2 Vaders. So I'm happy enough with that. Okay, so I'm going to be wrapping things up now. I have 2, I think, Funko Pops, like mini Funko Pops. Yeah, looking at the back here, it does say Funko. So normally I don't really give a toss about Funko Pops. Like the ones that I've had before I got these 2 were all gifts. So yeah, let me just. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was going to stop the video because the camera shutter was close to it. Anyway, yeah, so picked these 2 up today for €4 each. And as soon as I seen them, I was like, oh, it's from one of my favorite video games. It's from one of my favorite franchises outside of video games. And they're €4 each. I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna add them into the collection. And that being these little Funko Pops of Stan and Butters from the Stick of Truth video game. So yes, we have Paladin Butters here from, like I said, South Park: The Stick of Truth, with this little hammer of justice there. So honestly, it looks pretty cool. As soon as I seen Butters, straight away I was like, oh, that's Butters. That's something South Park related in the toy section. So obviously, whoever put them in the toy section in the charity shop didn't realize that this is from South Park. This should not go to a kid. even though I was a kid that grew up on South Park. Anyway, and then of course here we have Firewalker Stan Marsh, with his little wooden sword there. So yeah, I love this Stick of Truth. I can nearly no death run it on the hardest difficulty. That's just because the game's piss easy, to be honest with you. I do love the Fractured Butthole as well, and I haven't played the new one, Snow Day. But anyway, that is going to wrap this month's pickups up, because it's already 40 minutes long. So yeah, let me know what you thought of what I got throughout the month, and I shall see you all the end of December for probably part 1 of December's pickups, because I'll probably get like so much in December, mainly just, you know, it being Christmas. So anyway, I'll catch you all on Monday for my review of Spider-Man, the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. I'll catch you all next time.